What's going on, students? It's Devlin Cassidy, aka The Scholar, back with another Match Monday video. Today, I'm kind of changing the format just because necessarily that the hand cam and stuff made like formatting really weird. And so I just wanted to kind of change the camera angle to make sure that you guys kind of like got the best view with like no glare and stuff. Since that's been an issue in the past, just wanted to give you guys the best content as always as possible. Today we're playing against Spike Brothers today on Granblue. It was the deck I just picked up, so I'm just kind of trying to familiarize myself with the deck. We'll have a mirror match against my friend Jared here soon because I really do want to talk about in particular that Granblue mirror and how intricate that matchup is like when it plays itself. So stay in tune and be on the lookout for that when that gets put up. But yeah, today just another really exciting just Match Monday. I know you guys really enjoy these premium commentary videos, getting inside like my head about like how I approach a matchup or what I think is the best avenue to do. And of course, you know, we have Spike Brothers. We got our guy Ryan here, always in the cut, always willing down to play and play test. And he's going to be getting a few new decks here very shortly too. So I promise the diversity of decks and content being brought to the channel will be improved as well here shortly. So I'm just, again, really excited for you all to do this. With that being said, before we get kind of like rolling into the match, I know we're setting up and some things. If you need any cards at all, please go shop with my sponsors over at kingslayercards.com. Use the promo code SCHOLAR, save 5% off on your order. Not only does it support me and the channel, but it also supports my team sponsor and one of the best stores in the game, and most importantly, gets you cardboard. So please go shop with them. And if you guys need anything, you know, you see that beautiful playmat on the screen, you see my sleeves that I'm rocking with, please go shop with all of my people over at dankritual.com. They keep me the best, looking so fly, looking so prepared, so I'm really excited here. I don't open optimally, I just like put 4 triggers back, and then I drew 4. So thankfully I opened like Colin Bard and Tommy, which is like what you really want to open, and I also have a Greed Shade, so like if I needed to, and I was given the counterblast, I could set up a Nightrose, but we shall see. Ryan over here putting a few back, and like looks at that kind of like, okay, whatever, unoptimal, but it is what it is. Two, also let me know if you guys kind of like this format a little better. I know the hand cam was a really cool experience, but again, like I think that this just captures it a little bit better, and there's like no glare on the cards and anything like that. But just trying to format my my filters and everything is just a struggle. And I know like the camera's like offset. This is just a camera positioning thing, not necessarily a an actual like formatting issue that I've had. So I'm just gonna try to be cognizant of that in the future, so that way I don't bother my folks. But yeah, let's do it. So Ryan here is starting us off. Riding Acrobat Verity. Gonna check the top 5 here. See what he picks up. He, I believe, just whiffs. Yep, nothing there in the top 5 for him. That's pretty applicable to his game plan. So we shall see here what's going on. Just presenting the cut here, all good. Draw here for turn. Find a Riveting Frange off the top. Just going to go ahead and fire that. Just so I can deck thin a little bit here. Just being able to get like ahead is really nice. I find a second Colin Bard, which is applicable. So even though like he knows I have it, it's a card thinned out of the deck, which like I already had the Colin Bard in hand. So if he damaged it on me, I was already going to get punished. But also now, like, I do have access to the Tommy the Ghosty Brothers here. I'm just going to draw, get the Quick Shield, and then, of course, show the Harmonics Messiah and grab the Guardian ticket. Yes, I know that is the Bermuda Triangle Quick Shield. Please don't kill me. I'm getting the Granblue one. Don't worry. I just had that one for now, so I was like, okay, we'll use it. So, yeah, I see a bunch of grade 3s. And I'm actually going to add the Nightrose to hand because I do not have a grade 3 in hand. So I'm like, I need something. So just to at least like be able to play the game. So I go here and grab the Nightrose. Because it's not like a terrible ride target either. It makes you a protect marker and it has you at 27 base. So like even though it's not a huge like bump from 11, there's still some lines where that matters. I'm just going to go ahead and pitch the Jesse there as I have like the Quick Shield and stuff in hand. But I may want that in case like something goes awry, and just again trying to set up my drop zone a little bit better. Now that is the third column bar in my hand, and we get a agile fullback in the damage zone there. Ryan draws return. There is the stand trigger. Riding into Rorna here. We're going to see if he tries to aggress me back, but opts not to activate the Rorna skill. And is going to go for... I think he goes for Acrobat Verity G here. Just to search his... Yeah, here we go. So, activating Acrobat Verity here, revealing the Lucifer for cost. Going to go ahead and grab the Rising Nova G. So the interesting thing about Spikes is that like the Spikes now has like 2 going first plays. They have the Rising Nova G access, which if they want to use, they can. But you still also set up for like the max greed on combo to where you can just kind of sack your opponent. So that's why Spikes is a little scary going first, because they can just like really out sack you or set up for a really strong galley turn the following turn. So that's why Spikes is not terrible. Spikes like is still an okay deck right now in the format. And like if you have it and you really enjoy the deck, you can get wins with it. It's like a mini Katrina deck, just limited kind of by the fact that not everything the deck does is free, kind of in an essence of how Neonectar is. So he pitches the Lucifer there. I'm gonna go ahead here and ride the Columbard, and actually thinking here on if I want to do anything. I do actually a few game actions here, which is kind of funny. So I start by calling the Greed Shade to the back row. I'm going to discard the Quick Shield here in mill 2. Just going to try to see if I can find a Nightrose off the top. Unfortunately, I don't, but I do find a Time of the Ghosty Brothers, so I'm just going to go ahead and immediately call that. And check the top 5 here for a grade 3. And since he's going first, and I know he like set up for the aggro turn, I'm just going to grab the Heal Guardian in case he like attempts to like really push me. I know I'm still at 0, but like just being in a comfortable position where you have we have a buffer against the galley turn is really important. So that's why I'm going ahead and grabbing the Heal Guardian here. Pitching the Columbard there for that cost, and swinging 9, drive checking a Negro Bone, and passing over the turn to Ryan. Ryan's going to go ahead here, ride Rising Nova. I'm going to go into the main phase here, pitching another Lucifer. It's really tough to see like all those Lucifers away, and again, just trying to think about how I want my next turn to progress. Right here grabbing Force 1s, of course, just because now those galley columns are going to be huge next turn. Since I doubt I'm going to kill him. And what's really interesting here is that Ryan doesn't commit. Like as you can see by his hand, he doesn't have really like a hand to commit with. So just kind of like moving up the Acrobat Verity is kind of funny. I no guard here because I need damage and kind of like hoping Ryan doesn't like sack out here and hit like 2 to 3 crits. But Ryan hits a crit and a heal here, which is pretty huge. So like the Acrobat Verity is 37, and I'm taking 2 damage. Thankfully, I check the Rampage Shade and unfortunately a Skull Dragon, but now my Columbard is 19, which this Guardian ticket can help me clear the Acrobat Verity, preventing myself from going to 3, which was like very helpful. So, yep, swings here for 37, I guard for 39. And yep, here we go. So draw the OT for turn, which like actually like looking back on that now, it's like really clutch that I guard that, because now like if I have to do a Negronora, I can like guard with the over trigger twice, which is really beneficial. Of course, making a Protect 1, because like Protect 2 really doesn't do anything in this matchup, especially like if Ryan's list was playing what's it called, Breach Spurt, just because then it forces me to intercept. Here going into a Big Obadiah, flipping up a Bandit Rum. It's okay to flip up the Bandit Rum here, especially if you have to ride into a non-G Nightrose. Like my flip here would be a Harmonics Messiah. I'm just kind of explaining that to Ryan, because Ryan was like, that's interesting, you flip Bandit Rum. And I was like, well, I've already made the gift, so like Bandit Rum's like additional skill is dead, and if I really need like the no CB turn, I have my extra copy in the G zone that I can just stride into. Even though like Harmonix Messiah and stuff like that like may matter, I'm gonna take damage next turn, so there's like no reason for him like to not like 0 damage gaming me in a way. So I'm grabbing here off the Obadiah a Nightstorm, a Grenache, Beatrice, of course, to set up the drop zone, Ghost Ship, and I believe... I can't remember my last card. What is my last card I dropped? Yeah, I'm thinking here of just like a few different avenues. I can't remember like what my last card would be. I think it's Hanali though. I think I decided on the Hanali, yeah. Just because he's at like no damage, so if I only like tap him for, because I'm only gonna attack like a max 4 times. So if I hit him for a little bit of damage, then like we'll see. You know what I mean? But so here I'm just compressing, increasing my trigger volume. Cuts here. And he just does the one card to just like irritate me. There's like no way, but so now I'm thinking here of the call. There's just a little bit of sequencing stuff. I'm going to choose to do a call and bar just to set up more cards in my drop zone, and also call the Nightstorm, of course. The Nightstorm, of course, is going to get 5k on the holo. The reason I don't put it on the column bar is because I'm just going to rip that away with my Jesse in the drop zone, so that way I can set up to use the Nightstorm effect to call the Ghost Ship back, which you'll see here. But like I just wanted more cards to be like set up in my drop zone, just so that way I can set up the Skull Dragon, so that way I at least have one Skull Dragon going into next turn, in case like I can heal that Skull Dragon out. Since I do have a fair amount of drive checks, and I'm only going to have like 1 attack or 2 attacks, so that way like my heal triggers will resolve. So that's kind of what I'm banking off of, just to set up double Skull Dragon to be like in really good position here. And then of course we're going to revive the Grenache, because Grenache, no matter, even if I don't heal out, will be able to give me back all of my counterblast, which is huge. So I'm going to activate here the Jesse costs, slurping up the Columbard and the Greed Shade. We're going to go for a 14 here. And boom, just like that. Swing here for the Nightstorm, that's 16 plus 13, 29. I think Ryan ends up taking this one as well. Hits a trigger here, which is huge. And then I'm just going to revive the Ghost Ship, so that way I can start drawing cards. And for those that like are wondering why I didn't send the Cannoneers, because I drew it. So like getting that into my drop zone is going to be pretty easy. Swing here for 27-32. Kind of thinking here, Ryan going now into a G-Guard. I think he goes into Linus. Or he goes into Liar Lips. Because he already hit the defensive. Yeah. Ryan here's going to go or not Liar Lips. Why can't I remember that card's name? I'm a terrible commentator because I can't remember that G-Guard's name. I was just making sure that it didn't have to select like multiple different grades like Hecate Gase does to get the ability. So he's gonna shove back the grade 2s and the 2 Lucifers here. He's gonna thankfully be able to draw a card, and then he gets 5k off that. So Yep, and then guards with the jumbo here to make that a 2 to pass. I first check a crit. I'm going to give everything to the Vanguard, and then I find a heal, so like this turn's about to be crazy, so it's broken, and then insult to injury, I find the crit and give the power over to the ghost ship. So now it's 34 to his 23. So now he goes to 33, and then unfortunately he misses here, and this ghost ship's not going to be able to add more pressure, but yeah, I kind of sacked there a little bit. I mean, that's really huge, but I don't mind giving it all to the Vanguard, especially in this position, because like my hand even before that like felt pretty good defensively. So now I'm just going to go for the ghost ship at the rear guard and just draw a card, and that's another Beatrice in hand. We're going to go to the end turn proc abilities here. We're going to countercharge the 1. And so we have our 1 rear guard that we need for Negro Lily. Like we're just really set up here, and we're just in really good position to deal with next turn, no matter what kind of like Ryan attempts to throw at us. Because my hand is just massive. It's 2 heals, an Elementaria, the protect marker, of course, the OT. Like I just don't know how Ryan's going to kill me at 1 damage. Dropped here, I think, a gift marker. And then you're going to see the camera shake here in a second. Yep, because he hits my desk, which hits my tripod, which is above the desk, but no worries. So, of course, near he strides, he's going to go into the only Gali Gabaris. And Gali's so good, man. This card is so ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just trying to readjust the camera here, because this is recording off my laptop through my phone, and then I have to send this to my Big Mac, which does all my video editing. So it's quite the process here at Devlin Cassidy, the Scholar YouTube channel. So yeah, it's a process, but we're slowly making it work. Calls double stand here, which is like really interesting. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like trying to figure out like what he's gonna call to make it, and then he like calls the crit, and I'm like, what is the crit doing? But then he realizes that he just called straight up the wrong card, and he has a Bracky in hand. So it's kind of unoptimal in a way, but yeah. It's just important, though, to get these back in the deck. It's really a shame that he did not have a Dexter to set up, but with my Cannoneer combo looming, it's not the best for him anyway. I'm really mad, though, I'm not on a G Nightrose. That way I can't show off like all the really cool plays that like the G Nightrose enables you to do inside this deck, because like the defensive plays are my appeal to Granblue. I really like doing a combo like during my opponent's turn. Is why I really like enjoy the Granblue deck in general. But still, the access that this deck has is crazy. So this is going to be a light 34 to crit, and I'm just kind of thinking here about like what my G, like I'm just trying to map out in my head like what I think my G Guardian patterns is. I'm going to take this 2 here just so that way hopefully I can hit like a trigger or 2, and I hit 1 thankfully. So there we go. Chad the Ghosty being a Chad here. Gonna swing and I'm gonna pop that under. Then Ryan here is going to shove the Liar Lips into Soul and recall the Bracky just to move it. So in a way, Bracky can attack from the back row. We're just doing little Megiddo combos. Thinking here, he swings. This is 20, 40, 50 to crit. And I'm just kind of thinking here again, like, do I really want to take 50 to the Dome Ski? I necessarily don't. So I'm just going to... Do I G-Guard here? Oh yeah, because I'm contemplating. Because what can he call out that threatens like a lot of stuff? And I rather not G-Guard until he swings the Galley. So I think I'm just kind of thinking about it. Because, oh yeah, I'm talking about this like out loud with him. Just because like I'm trying to think. Because this is kind of how we play test too, so that way he can just kind of see lines for opposing decks. Even though he plays against Jared a lot, and Jared has been grinding Granblue all season. So I decided to shotgun here the first G guard just because although, oh yeah, I don't yet because I'm like thinking here. I think I just end up using this PG. Yeah, Final decision is the PG pitching the Cannoneer. Just that way now the Cannoneer is set up in the drop zone. And now he has to like willingly swing this Galley knowing that there's a Cannoneer incoming. With more than enough counterblast to do any sort of convoluted combo I want. Swings here, Galley. We're going to get 2. Also, guys, let me know if you want a Spike Brothers deck profile. I can talk about this deck. I've played this deck a few times, actually. I think I've owned Spike Brothers twice, actually. So I really do enjoy this deck. Or if you want to hear Ryan yap about it. But I don't know if he's camera shy in terms of wanting to talk about decks. But he's becoming a very solid player. It's just that Spikes is a little bit limited, especially when a deck has a lot of interaction like Granblue does. So we shall see. Just surveying here my drop zone, and now we're just going to go for the basic here. We got to go Beatrice. Beatrice Soul Blast here. I just want more Tommies in drop because if I have to call boosters, those being like 18k boosters, typically either off Bartholomew or a Big Obadiah is like clutch. So I hollow here, I draw the card, I snipe the Mecha Instructor just because now like he doesn't have a second one to where he could recycle the Dexter, so like the Mecha Instructor is the appropriate target because it just deadens the card. And then this is just 28, so yeah, this is like 25, 30, this is like 52, so like it's crazy. Then he redrive checks the Mecha Instructor he put back, so go him. He puts 5k on the fullback. And then the Machine Gun Gloria here, so now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, thankfully. So got a little more on the way here. I'm gonna swing 35. I get a 1-card guard with a 37 with a trigger. I think though I take this because it's 1. Yep. Heal trigger, power again, no heal. And then this column though is like ridiculous. This is like something insane. This is 23. This is a 53k column to 32. So I need like 20k worth of shield. I just dropped the trigger and the Negro Bone for 25k more, so it's 57 to 53. Stand here, draw. I have a Beatrice in hand, which is really clutch. This sets up the Bad Bounty turn perfectly, which since I'm only at like 19 cards in drop at this point, that's why I'm going to count real quick. And you shouldn't be like shoving your hand to slam a Bartho if you don't have to, because like my deck size isn't even like that super low, so I can afford to go through a Bad Bounty. But being able to also like auto call the card is crazy. So we go here and we go for a Bad Bounty. We are going to here now next call a Urlurja from the hand. Urlurja really doesn't do anything, so we're just gonna cack it and the Beatrice in the drop zone here to revive the Jessie. Just that way we can get a really good Bad Bounty turn, because now with 3 counterblast we can revive a Nightstorm on the Nightrose swing, so that way we can get like 3 more actual additional attacks, especially because he's at 5. Like every attack is going to matter here. So Ryan off rip, Elementari is here. Should have gone to the other zone, not the Guardian Circle, but I hit the crit here. We're going to give everything to that and another crit. My deck is just so compressed at this point. We've just been ripping stuff out. And then the third check is the Forbidal. So now both of my lanes have 2 crit. Here I'm going to activate good old Bad Bounty. Pitching I think the 15Ks matter a little more. Or the PGs matter a little more. So I just put back up the Bad Bounty. Re-ride into the Nightrose. The Nightrose is going to grab me another Protect marker. Look at us being better than Overlord. That's a dig at Marshall for top 32ing with Overlord, but I can't hate. So we've been killing it. Yeah, as you guys can see, like I'm like re-commentating this video the day of playing it. So yeah, but we just love grinding Vanguard. So this is 29 to crit, which is like really unfortunate that Ryan has to guard everything here. So this is 33, Mecha Instructor plus Machine Gun Gloria. Interesting that Ryan didn't activate the Gloria skill, but like I don't blame him because like he's not trying to play through that, especially like since I have a Hanali still in the drop zone. We'll PG here the Skull Dargan. And yeah, I still just have a plethora of cards in hand. We'll swing here the Beatrice. And I'm going to set up here a new board with Nightstorm plus Beatrice, Beatrice Soul Blasting the her copy out, and then reviving here good old Skull Dargan. We're declaring that Nightstorm, of course, as hollow. So he's going to no guard here. He has a Lucifer in hand, and this is all she wrote. Do I hit a trigger? No, I don't. I finally get a G Nightrose, though, and it's not a heal. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Make sure you all like, comment, subscribe. Please give me feedback again on these Match Mondays. I'm just trying to make sure that I give you guys the best match content, since that's something I know that you guys really enjoy from my channel. But with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. I love you all. God bless, and take care.